Hello, little dreamers, and welcome to our cozy story corner. Snuggle up tight, close your eyes, and let's drift away to a land of wonder. In a charming little cottage nestled at the edge of the whispering woods lived a curious children named Lily and Oliver. Lily, with her hair like spun moonlight, loved to draw maps of imaginary lands. Oliver, with eyes as bright as new leaves, could talk to all the animals, though most grown-ups didn't know it. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in shades of orange and violet, a tiny, shimmering hummingbird with wings like stained glass tapped on their window pane. Lily, Oliver. It chirped in a voice that sounded like tiny silver bells. The moon petal bloom is about to open, and Queen Luna needs your help. Lily and Oliver looked at each other, their eyes wide with excitement. They knew this was no ordinary hummingbird. This was Zippy, a messenger from the heart of the whispering woods. Without a moment's hesitation, they slipped on their boots, grabbed their little lanterns, and followed Zippy into the twilight forest. The woods were alive with magic. Glowworms lit their path like a string of tiny pearls, and the trees whispered secrets on the gentle breeze. Zippy led them deeper and deeper to a clearing they had never seen before. In the center of the clearing stood an enormous, ancient tree whose branches seemed to touch the stars. Waiting for them beneath the tree was a wise old owl with spectacles perched on his beak, and a friendly badger wearing a waistcoat made of moss. "Welcome, children," hooted the owl, whose name was Professor Hoot. "I'm glad you came so quickly. This is Barnaby Badger, the keeper of the roots." Barnaby tipped his tiny twig hat. "A pleasure. Queen Luna, the guardian of the woods, has fallen into a deep, magical sleep. She can only be awakened by the scent of the moon petal bloom, which blossoms just once every 100 years. For a single night, Professor Hoot pointed a wing towards the highest branch of the ancient tree. There, a single, tightly closed bud glowed with the soft, silvery light. The problem," he continued, "is that the bloom needs 3 special things to open: a laugh from a joyful heart, a tear from a kind soul, and a song of pure friendship." Lily and Oliver knew they had to try. Oliver turned to a grumpy-looking squirrel who was hoarding acorns nearby. He whispered a silly joke that only a squirrel would understand about a nut that was too tough to crack. The squirrel's whiskers twitched, and he let out a squeaky, chattering laugh that echoed through the clearing. The first condition was met. The moon petal bud glowed a little brighter. Next, Lily noticed a tiny ladybug who had lost one of its spots and was looking very sad. She gently cupped the ladybug in her hands and whispered words of comfort. "Don't you worry, little one. Your spot doesn't define your beauty. You are perfect just the way you are." A single, compassionate tear welled in Lily's eye and fell onto a leaf below, shimmering like a tiny diamond. The second condition was met. The bud pulsed with an even stronger light. Now, only the song of friendship remained. Lily and Oliver looked at each other, took a deep breath, and held hands. They began to sing a simple, sweet song they had made up themselves, about their adventures together, their shared secrets, and the unbreakable bond they had. Their voices, clear and true, floated up through the branches. As they sang, all the animals of the Whispering Woods slowly emerged from the shadows. The deer, the rabbits, the foxes, and even the grumpy squirrel joined in, humming and chirping along. Their combined voices created a beautiful, harmonious melody that filled the entire forest with warmth and love. High above, the moon petal bloom responded. Its silvery petals began to unfurl, one by one, releasing a breathtakingly sweet fragrance that smelled of starlight and honey. The light from the flower cascaded down, bathing the entire clearing in a gentle, magical glow. The light flowed towards a hollow at the base of the great tree, where a beautiful, shimmering moth, Queen Luna, lay still. As the fragrant light touched her, her wings, patterned like a celestial map, began to flutter. She slowly awoke, her antennae twitching. "Thank you, Lily and Oliver," she whispered, her voice like the rustling of leaves. "Your pure hearts and true friendship have broken the sleeping spell. You have saved the magic of the woods for another 100 years." As a token of her gratitude, Queen Luna gifted Lily a seed that would grow into a flower that always pointed toward adventure, and she gave Oliver a smooth river stone that would allow him to understand the whispers of the wind. With their hearts full of joy, Lily and Oliver, guided by Zippy and the friendly Glovrums, made their way back home. They tiptoed back into their room just as the first rays of dawn were peeking over the horizon. They climbed into their beds, the sweet scent of the moon petals still lingering in the air. As they drifted off to sleep, they knew that the Whispering Woods was safe, and that true magic is found not in spells or potions, but in laughter, kindness, and the love between friends. And now, my little dreamer, it's time for you to drift off too. May your dreams be filled with magical forests, talking animals, and wonderful adventures of your own. Sleep well. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed our story, please subscribe for more magical adventures. Sweet dreams.